almost like they don't exist. And we've found a few, and we've been looking hard. Different departments have been trying to backfill, trying to fill, and they're not finding it.
Tonight, an Air Force Academy pre-med advisor sits down with me in an exclusive KOAA interview, speaking out because he says the Academy's plan to replace civilian faculty members with active duty military is not panning out. Good evening, and thanks for watching News 5 at 10. I'm Brett Force. This all comes through my ongoing investigation into Air Force Academy efforts to cut civilian faculty numbers.
I'm the senior pre-medical advisor for the last 7 years, and I'm also a 1980 graduate of the Air Force Academy.
That's Dr. Kent Murphy. He recently spoke out against the civilian faculty cuts at the August Air Force Academy Board of Visitors meeting, pleading for reconsideration or a pause to the ongoing civilian faculty reductions at the Academy. Now he's speaking out and fears it's almost too late to reverse course.
We've been trying to refill positions in different departments now for months, and we're not finding almost anybody.
In his volunteer role, he advises Academy cadets in a pre-med track to help get them into medical school. Through this position, he says he's been in contact with a number of high-level faculty members in different departments, most of whom he says are too scared to speak out publicly on the faculty cuts for fear of retribution.
Why are you choosing to speak out, and do you anticipate pushback from the Air Force Academy, or do you think this might mean your time there is done?
You know, that's a great question, Brad. You know, from the standpoint of, anything that could possibly happen to me, personally or professionally, I'd say that the only thing that could happen is that maybe I become persona non grata as a pre-med advisor. And, I'm willing to sacrifice that if it has to happen. I feel like the whole institution is just so much bigger an issue than what happens in that department.
Dr. Murphy says the Academy is struggling to find enough active duty military to give the cadets a world-class education.
We have to find military people who, number one, have the requisite degree, which is particularly tough in STEM-based stuff because it's very technical. Number two, they have to be current. And number three, their commanders have to be willing to say, hey, yeah, take off for 3 years. Well, the Air Force is already stretched thin operationally. We don't really just have this sort of buzzing pool of military educators out there that have all the right degrees, that are current, and they're just waiting for a phone call to show up at the Air Force Academy.
Academy Superintendent Lieutenant General Tony Bauernfein says it hasn't been a one-to-one replacement, but they're working with the Department of the Air Force to replace the departing civilian faculty.
To bring in military members from active duty and the reserve that have the requisite academic credentials to continue the academic rigor at the United States Air Force Academy.
Dr. Murphy and other sources who've spoken to me on condition of anonymity continue to push back.
The comment that the superintendent made at the Board of Visitors about, hey, we got it handled, we're talking to the Air Force, we're going to get the right people, it ain't going to happen. That plan is not viable. We've already shown it. It's a non-starter.
I did reach out to the Academy. They said this year only 25 faculty have departed and 19 of those have been replaced with military faculty. Many of my sources, though, dispute those numbers based on what they've personally witnessed this year at the school, but the Academy maintains the numbers they're providing are accurate. We'll, of course, continue following this story, and you can find ways to contact me on my page at KOAA.com.